Well, today we're really not having a whole lot of luck solving some of the issues with the fiberglass Freedom machine here. So we decided to take things into our own hands and get a little creative. And that's where this comes in.
Hey! Now comes the fun stuff. Here we have our Perko C strainers, the 493, 494s, and you can look these guys up online and they have them like by the millions. The problem is they don't seem like they're the same one this one is. And they have bars that come down, and I think maybe that's an after this one was built, they added those to add stability. I can see that. But then when we see the gaskets, they don't measure up. I mean, they're a lot smaller. I mean, this one up here is like this big around too, so I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So we're going to take them apart and find out exactly what's inside and see if we can reproduce some old stock. So we're going to take you up underneath here because we really can't see that well either. So let's just take a peek through the viewfinder here and looks scrumptious. Look at that. Get a little bit of that off. Alright, let's give it a second look here. That looks better. Got rid of that little piece of schmegma there. But I really can't see it unless I look through the viewfinder. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. Alright, on to the next step. Okay, got our C strainer here. Hasn't really strained much over the last 10 years. But we have them, so we don't run them in anything else we own. Including, everything else has oil coolers and everything else in it too. So around here we don't have to worry about that so much. I'm sure down in Florida you do with all the grasses and such, but up here you're more apt to hit bottom than you are to hit in the marshlands. But yes, that's what we wanted. The glass is the problem. As I said, we're not having much luck finding anything about these. But we did get it off. That's good. There's some little bit of schmegma in the bottom here, but nothing really to write home about. And I know you're all thinking, these things are just stuck together with some RTV, and you're pretty much right. I mean, 10 years ago, this is my first full inboard. I never had a full inboard before. It was always IOs, and you never have to worry about crap like this. And when you start looking for parts for pieces that are now 51 years old, you're more apt to find the Holy Grail before you'd end up finding those. And as I said, it's just done another search for them and I can't find crap, so we're just going to make our own. But I need to get this stuff cleaned up now before we do anything. Alright, lifers. We got our stuff cleaned up. As you saw, we actually used our buffing wheel to take the RTV off of it. Worked really good. Surprised me. Of course, we got everything cleaned up in here, all nice and sweet and ready to go. But now, we need to take our sheet of Perko 16th inch gasket here, rubber and cork. You know, it's used for anything, gasoline, water, it don't matter. We're going to make some gaskets for our sea strainers here, since we can't seem to find any. And since the housing is just a tiny bit bigger than these, we figure the width of a magic marker here would probably be about perfect. And about the same we're going to do on the inside. We're going to move over and we're going to do 4 of these because of course we have 4 sea strainer and 4 gaskets. We have 2 sea strainers. And everything's twinsies. Just making sure our surfaces are flat, and as you can see we've got scratch marks across all of them. And it's a little crazed, but it's not all the way through for 51 years. And this probably came out of another boat because that's what they did back in the day. They just recycled whatever they needed. Who knows how old these are? I mean, they could be pushing 60 easy. Like the rudder box on the back of the boat has a 1936 number on it, which doesn't correspond with anything, except for maybe the year. Maybe they just went over to the salvage yard in the late 60s and found themselves an old cruiser and ripped the rudder off of it. Because, as we said before, it's totally unique to the race boat because the 24s all have these stainless steel, usually they're twin rudders, and nothing like this. They probably weigh about 3 pounds each, 5 pounds each, not 40 pounds, 45 pounds. But now that we got our flats flat, we are going to use the dreaded RTV once again. And the reason for that is we're only going to use it on the one side. We're going to use it on this side and the top in the boat. Because we noticed the last time around that one of the reasons why they were leaking, it looked like when it was tightened down, the gasket squeezed, and it actually squeezed over to the side, and part of it squeezed inside. So I venture to say that's why this one was leaking. Who knows what the other one is, but we're going to get this set up with a little RTV, and we're going to put some weight on it, and then we're just going to leave it while we go pull the second one out and start the process all over again. To make it perfect, we'll put a little nectar of the gods on top of it here. So let's get this one stuck on and we'll get started on the other one. Hey, I just figured out how I can make this video twice as long as normal. It's by having 2 of everything. So I got strainer number 2 out here. Huh. It seemed to have picked up something. Tell you, the pickup on this boat probably needs a grate across it or something. It's just a scoop basically, but yeah. Not bad for 10 years. But now we need to get everything out. Come on. There we go. Alright. Let's roll, baby. Ooh, well that's probably why that one leaked all by itself. That just slid right off of there. Alright, we're back, wafers. Again, it really doesn't ever show how long all this stuff really takes. I mean, it's almost 7:30 now. I've been at it for about 5 hours. And, when you fast forward something at 1,500 times its speed, really can pass the time by. But let's get something installed here. You for number one. Put you here. Have to do some trimming. Put number two over on this side. Alright, let's go down below. Ow. Ow. Alright, let me get you set up and we'll get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim up where our water outlet is. That's why we glued them on first. That way we wouldn't have to try to cut it out while it's moving around. And we want you out so you don't get in the cooling system. There you go. Alrighty, we're back on number two here. You can see this one's a little upside down. That way we can, it shows up better. We just want to trim out where the water pickup is. Well, our sea strainers are in. It took a while, but you know, we figured we had to rebuild. It wasn't like we were just cleaning them out anyway. Gather up our stuff here. Everything in the grocery basket goes. Take a quick look around, make sure we didn't forget anything. And it looks good. And we're out of here. Come on, let's go. We got things to do. Alright, well I guess it's time to do a little cleanup. Oh, check this out. You want to see something fun? Okay, this should be fun. Let's do a... This thing cost $18 plus $6 to ship. I know I haven't told you what it is yet, because you'll freak out when you see it. Looks like a doorbell. We just got ourselves a new garage door opener, and that replaces our 49-cent doorbell over here that used to operate our garage door. I love having that switch there, it's so convenient. But $18 plus shipping for a $129 garage door opener. So that's the way life works sometimes. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't cast this off. Here we have our Perko C strainers. 49. What the hell is it? 493, 494. Alright, here we go. Do it again one last time. Here we have our Perko C strainers. 439. Fuck! Alright, I'm erasing this. Let's maybe not do this. So here we have our Perko C strainers. Even tried. Alright. I don't see me, so I'm afraid I'm cutting my head off. Good enough.